Hello guys, it's JongLi here, and I'm back with another Rome Total War online commentary battle. This time it's a 2 versus 2 31k game. um, Me and my ally are playing as the Scipii Romans. My ally is Scippii of the Alpha Omega clan, which is a relatively new clan, and I haven't featured Scipii in many of my videos before. And this is the first time I've ever really played with him. I know he's a good player though, I've seen him around the gameranger lobby a lot. So, as our opponents, we have GREEK-KLEOMENIS of the Greek clan and spiderpig of the Immortals of War clan. Spiderpig's brought the Greeks and Cleo's brought the Seleucids. Both very good players. I think most of the 31k community would have us pinned down as the underdogs for this game, but we'll see how well we do. So to start things off, I'm not sure why I tested all my guys there, probably because of these creepers, but I really didn't need to do that. It's also pretty glitchy, this thing, like it's a bit hard to untest Studo for some reason, so I decided not to do that. Basically, me and Scippii have each brought 2 archers, and my original plan was to skirmish it out against Greece's Cretan archers, and then see how we would go from there. Scippii really wanted to engage on the pikes though, and start the infantry fight. So basically, I was on the mic with Scippii. He's a really nice guy. And yeah, we were trying to coordinate and decide on like a macro plan. So Scippii's brought 6 Praetorians, I've only brought 4. This is more than enough to outweigh the Greeks' 6 cataphracts, even though they are gold. Here spiderpig is pressing forward with his Greeks, and Cleo's just kind of hanging back here with his silver shield pikes. And here's Cleo here is just protecting spiderpig's archers with his cataphracts. Over here, Scippii went for the archers because he thought they would be exposed, but the result was his cav just got shot, so he lost a couple, so that wasn't good. And yeah, a good lesson there is don't necessarily go for them when they're that far away, maybe if they're a bit closer. So spiderpig here is just trying to outflank. I'm just pouring unloading peeler into these Spartans, as you can see. I've also turned auto peeler on, so I did waste a lot of peeler on this militia hoplite unit, but a lot of the peeler still went into these Spartans at the front. And the reason I turned auto peeler on is because I can't micro it to only throw to these guys, and now it's already auto peelering them anyway, so it didn't really matter. He didn't have enough peeler screens to kind of stop the auto peeler. I'm also microing my archers here, trying to get them to shoot straight, as well as keeping an eye on the cataphracts. In this matchup, you really want to be careful of the cataphracts, especially because Cleo is using them, but you know, even under normal circumstances, you want to be very wary of the cataphracts. And the only reason we've brought cav is to kill the cataphracts. If your opponent brings cataphracts and you have normal heavy cav, and they've all got pikes, there's pretty much nothing else to do except target the cataphracts. And we do have enough cav to do that combined. So spiderpig, I'm not sure what he's trying to do with this wing. It's kind of lagged behind his main force. His main force has pushed up a lot, and at this point Scippii was really keen on engaging. So I agreed with him, since we seem to have the advantage here with the Greek city's flank facing Scippii. So I decided to engage my front lines, and spiderpig happily takes that. I've thrown some cav this way, and I'm trying to get this cataphract unit here who's a bit isolated, and I try to rear strike on these Spartans, but as you can see it didn't end too well. Not that many Spartans dead, and a couple of cav sacrificed. Not a terrible loss though. So got my archer auxilia trying to shoot at stuff. And I've testudoed these frontline units. On the left, Scippii has got free reign on these archers because Cleo has thrown all his cataphracts onto my side to try and get my cav out of the picture. I've managed to rout this one cav unit out here, but it seems like it will come back with those numbers. And there's a lot of resources over here dedicated to chasing my cav down. 6 cataphracts and some Spartans as well. So that's tying down the enemy forces really well. Scippii's even been able to send some urbans over here to support me. Frontline fight's going pretty well against these Seleucids. Scipii is just trying to round up these archers, but it's pretty tough because he's got heavy cav, they're a bit slow, and these Greek archers run pretty quick. What else is going on? Oh yes, here my cav are being chased. I turned guard mode on, and I'm just running away as far as I can because I don't want these cav to get caught. I don't really mind if some of them get hacked down. I just don't want them to get into that melee brawl where they will definitely lose, especially this far out from my infantry. So Scippii's still chasing. He's chasing these Greek archers up here, and he's basically trying to find a gap to exploit, to maybe do some hammer and anvils on these Spartans and silver shield pikes. But he can't really find one. My cav is over here, and I've got one archer unit here that seems to have regrouped as a Scippii. So I basically stopped my Praetorians there, but Cleo decided to start attacking them again, perhaps to catch me off guard, but I was able to run them away in time. And they're winded, but these cataphracts are also winded. So I'm just left 2 testudos here to kind of hold off these forces, and I'm just folding my line in because I see these cataphracts have retargeted my guys, and Scippii's noticed this too, so his guys are facing backwards. But what's come of this is something we didn't really expect, but it was very fortunate for us. It was the fact that Cleo's cataphracts had been pincered at this point. As you can see, my cav is back here. This is really good. And we've got Scippii's cav over here, and we've got infantry over here. So Cleo is unable to retreat in time, and we're able to trap his cataphracts in a kind of pincer charge. And I'm also sending some urbans over to help. But as you can see, we managed to mass rout these cataphracts, and at this point I was really happy. I was like, oh man, we finally have a chance at this. So I was really happy that we managed to get that trap. As you can see, there are lots of cataphracts dead here. The cataphracts probably account for at least half of Cleo's army, money-wise, so that is a really big bonus for us. But we've still got these Greeks to worry about, but it's looking pretty decent. However, pressure on this left flank has eased up as a result of Scippii's kind of pulling back, so I'm sending in some guys to kind of help. Yeah, our cav needs to be put to really good use now, and yeah, I'm just charging straight into, I don't even know why I'm charging straight into a bunch of silver shield pikes, but they should rout soon. Cleo here with a very good pike charge, kills a ton of my guys. That was bad, but we've still got a pretty decent advantage. Here Scippii sends his like a depleted unit of Praetorian cav, and I told him to be careful, and they just got shot and died. Anyway, I sent one of mine to try and chase it down because it's a bigger unit. And these Greek archers are doing a lot of damage, as you can see. That one volley took out quite a couple men. But the infantry fight looks in their favor. But I've still got some infantry in reserve. I've got some cav here in reserve, and I'm going to try and use these cav to pick off some of these Spartan units. But yeah, at this point our main line kind of starts to rout. They're encircled, and yeah, it doesn't look too good. Scippii comes in with a nice charge back here, and the thing or at least I failed to notice, was that our cav was getting really tired. Like, it might seem obvious at this point, but I actually forgot, and that's going to play a crucial role in this battle. So I've moved my guys back, and I've formed a kind of spare reserve line back here, but Cleo's churning it, and I'm just gonna try and retreat because I do not want to take this fight. And in the process, some of them do just get scraped along these pikes here, so that's not too good. But yeah, I think I do manage to get out in time. Back here, I'm trying to use my cav again to round up these isolated units and try and get them to rout, as with that silver shield pike there. And Scippii is doing the same over on that side. These archers, I believe, have run out of but soon they should. Yeah, this unit's run out of ammunition. So yeah, I was really happy still at this point. I was like, oh, we've got a really good chance. Oh. And yeah, I was feeling pretty confident. Scippii comes in with a massive charge on the back of these silver shield pikes, and it mass routes, which is really nice for us. I'm just kind of parked my cav back here, and they're very tired now, so keep that in mind. Cippii's cav is tired. These Spartans are tired as well. Some of them are fresh, perhaps spiderpig's reserves. And yeah, here I managed to pull out my guys, and I'm like, oh, we're pulling out of this fight, we're not taking it right now. But it's really strange because on like random bits of the map, we have random units that have come back. So over here I've got a Praetorian Cav unit. Over here we've got some urban cohorts, and here we've got Archer Auxilia. I've got an Archer Auxilia unit here, but urban cohort, so it's really scattered and spread out. So right now we're using this kind of runaway tactic to try and well, run away, because we are still at an infantry disadvantage, but we have the cavalry advantage. So I'm just here resting my guys a little bit, but they're still tired. It's not too good, and soon you'll see a really bad mistake, but keep watching. So I'm just basically running back, telling Scippii to do the same. We're doing alright at this point. Trying to get our archers back, kind of regroup, maybe snipe off some of these isolated units. So yeah, see Scippii's just chasing down the retreating archers. We noticed at this point that they had run out of ammunition, and we realized they weren't worth chasing down, so I think he stopped. Yeah, good call. I'm going for this silver shield pike, but I think Cleo sees, so I was like, nah, not gonna do it. Now they're winded, tired. He had some Archer Auxilia back here. I had some Archer Auxilia as well. I believe here they are. And yeah, they were on guard mode, so they weren't really running after these guys. So I had to kind of manually do it again. And we are still just running away, avoiding hand-to-hand conflict. So Praetorian Cav, yeah, just kind of doing their thing. It is important to note that they are still tired, which is not good, and I should be resting them. Here is where I make my biggest mistake. I basically decide to engage, and that's terrible, because from this position, and I even did a cav charge, and it was terrible. But from this position, it's easy to get surrounded, and surrounded we get. A spiderpig using his Spartans very effectively to push out my guys, and he's actually got a decent number of Spartans left. But we managed to kill the Seleucid general, and that's why I got greedy. That's why I attacked, because the Seleucid general was in front. So I got really excited, and yeah, I basically went in for the kill. But the Seleucids are mostly dead anyway, so that really wasn't to our, you know, great advantage or anything. So that was a terrible, terrible move on my part. So from a very winnable position, we're now at this point, and engaged on the front of Spartans is not the best thing, especially with my guys very tired and tired. So I'm charging in my tired and very tired cav, like the Greek general routes. Some of the Seleucid units are out, but none of the Spartans are out, and that's what really killed it. Scippii is over here, and he was basically saying, "What are you doing? You're so greedy." And I had to agree with him. I got really greedy this game. And yeah, this is kind of the result. So don't get greedy, guys. If you go with a plan, stick to it, like no matter what. And yeah, as you can kind of see, it seems pretty even right now, but my urbans are dropping really quickly because they're tired. These guys aren't as tired. Some of them actually fresh and warmed up, which is terrible. Scippii's cab is exhausted, so they're not going to be of much help, but he's trying as well. And if we just triple speed it, it's basically an infantry grind where we do not have the upper hand. If we had let our archers shoot more, if I had let our archers shoot more, then maybe we would have been able to reduce the number of enemies enough to get the infantry advantage. And if we rested our cav better, I think that was a very important factor. My cav charge near the end really was just a waste of cav. The Seleucid general really wasn't worth taking out. So yeah, here are some of the kills. So yeah, guys, basically, if you're in a decent position to win, think out your moves really clearly and make sure it's the right one before you actually do it. But other than that, really close game. Good game to everyone in this match. It was really close, and I'm not totally unhappy with my performance. I think me and Scippii did pretty well. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.